Hi, JL. Welcome to today's video. My idea for this particular video is basically to make a summary, make a resume of everything we have been studying so far. My idea for this is you will able to have it during your flight to Spain, or maybe during the first days. If you are not feeling that sure, or if you're not feeling that secure about your Spanish, you can just check this out and remind that all the concepts we've been studying. I've also included a new topic, which we won't be able to review during the due to the small amounts of lessons we had. Anyway, it's a very simple topic and you'll be able to understand it just fine. And I've also included a bunch of phrases, okay, which I think will be particularly useful for you. So let's just get started, okay? Perfect. First of all, we have the present tense, okay? The easiest one, the one you already know before starting with me. And well, basically we use it to talk about actions which are currently happening, as well as for actions which happen every day, such as habits and routines. The conjugation of this tense is also, let's say, quite straightforward, okay? The conjugation of each verb depends on the ending of the infinitive verb, okay? And basically, it will be kind of the next verbs which end in AR, will be conjugated such like amar, okay? Yo, yo amo, tú amas, él ama, nosotros amamos, vosotros amáis, ellos aman. Okay, then verbs which end the verb whose infinitive ends in er will be conjugated in the next way. Well, we can follow the conjugation of verbo comer, okay? For example, yo como, tú comes, él come, nosotros comemos, vosotros coméis, ellos comen. And finally, verbs which end in ir, you can conjugate them by following the example of verbo escribir, okay? Yo escribo, tú escribes, él escribe, nosotros escribimos, vosotros escribís, ellos escriben, okay? Remember, the only thing you need to know in order to conjugate a verb is basically, well, its ending, okay, and the base form or the example form or the modal form, okay, you need to follow. That's all. That's all. Also, remember, there are some irregular verbs. There are lots of irregular verbs, to be honest with you, and you'll be able to find some activities with them in the description of this video. You can also do them while you're flying to Spain. So that will be it for the present tense. Now, this is now the tense I wanted to teach you, okay? But sadly, we won't be able to review it together since we won't be having that much time. It's indeed a pity because this is indeed a very useful tense, but I'm sure you'll be able to catch up just fine. You won't be needing my help. Present continuous tense is basically very similar to English. I can think of an example such as now I'm recording a video. Now I am recording a video. Now you are watching a video. My mother is sleeping, and so forth. Basically, in order to conjugate the present tense, the present continuous tense in English, you need to use a conjugated form of verb to be and then a gerund. In English, gerunds are verbs which finish in ing, okay? But in Spanish, gerunds finish in ando or yendo, okay? How do you know if a verb uses ando or yendo for its gerund form? It's very easy. It's actually quite similar to the participle form in the tense we've been reviewing during the last lessons, right? If the verb ends in ar, okay, the gerund will have the form of ando, okay? And if the infinitive ends in ir or er, the gerund form will finish in yendo, okay? That's it. So for example, if we have verb amar, our gerund will be amando. If we have verbs such as comer, the gerund will be comiendo. If we have verb vivir, the gerund will be viviendo, okay? That's basically it. It is not that difficult, and the only thing you need to remind is if the verb finishes if the infinitive verb ends in er, in ir, the gerund form will finish in ando, A-E-A-N-D-O, okay? But if the verb finishes in ER or IR, the gerund form will finish in iendo. I-E-N-D-O. That's it, not much, that's all. So here we have a set of examples I prepared for you. We have yo, and well, in Spanish, of course, before going to the set, you need to remember that basically, in order to conjugate this present continuous tense, we need to join the gerund with a form of verbo estar, okay? Conjugated into the present. Of course, the conjugation of verbo estar is quite simple. Is yo estoy, tú estás, él está, nosotros estamos, vosotros estáis, ellos están. Okay? Then you need to join it with a gerund. For example, yo estoy grabando, yo estoy filmando un video, tú estás viendo un video y mi madre está cocinando, por ejemplo. Okay? Now, I prepared this set of examples for you. The first one is yo estoy comiendo. I am eating. Tú estás viajando. You are traveling. Ella está viendo televisión. She is watching TV. Nosotros estamos cantando una canción. We are singing a song. Vosotros estáis jugando un partido de fútbol. You all are playing a soccer match. Ellos están bailando en la calle. They are dancing in the street. Ella está bebiendo té de hierbas. She is drinking herbs tea. Nosotras estamos escribiendo un paper. We are writing a paper. Vosotras estáis mirando una película. You girls are watching a film. Ellas están actuando en un set. They are acting on the set. Carla, Lara y Mateo están viajando. Carla, Lara, and Mateo are traveling. Okay? As you can see, basically the only thing we need to do is to join both the estar form, conjugated according to the subject, of course, with a gerund which finishes in ando or iendo, depending on the depending on the ending of the infinitive form. Okay. In this next slide, I prepared a list of the most common irregular gerunds, okay? If you need to post a video and then write them on or just take some notes, that's awesome. These are the most common. Basically, the verb estar is still the same. It doesn't change. It only changes according to the subject, of course. But these participles are irregular, okay? And you need to have, and you can use them in order to create a new, basically, yeah, a new tense. Now, we have the future tense, which is ir plus a plus infinitivo. Naturally, we use this tense in order to talk about actions which will happen in the future. And in order to conjugate this tense, we need to conjugate ir in the present tense, join it with preposition a, and then once again join it with a infinitive verb. Okay. Here you have a brief reminder of the conjugation of verb to go, of verb ir. Yo voy, tú vas, él, ella va, nosotros, nosotras vamos, vosotros, vosotras vais, ellos, ellas van. Basically, this is the simplest one, and this is the simplest one, if you ask me. You only need to use the verb to go with the preposition a and then the infinitive form. You can say, yo voy a comer con mis amigos, I'm going to eat with my friends. Tú vas a caminar por el parque, you're going to walk around the park. Él va a pasear por la montaña, he is going to wander around the mountain. Nosotros vamos a tocar la guitarra, we're going to play guitar. vosotras vais a leer un libro. You girls are going to read a book. And ellas van a comprar un nuevo televisor. They are going to buy a new TV. Now, that's basically it. Now we also have pretérito perfecto compuesto tense. This is the tense we use in order to talk about past tense, okay? There are many past tenses. Once again, I'm so sorry we haven't been able to review them all. That this is basically due to lack of time, okay? And I really wanted you to be able to learn some of it. And this is actually the most used form of the past in Spain. And basically, in order to create it, you need to join a verb, the auxiliary haber, okay, with a participle, right? You use the participle, or you create the participle basically by joining, the participle form in a verb in Spanish depends as well on the infinitive verb, okay? If a verb ends in AR, E, or AR, the participle form will end in ado. Now, if a verb finishes in ER or IR, the participle will end in ido, okay? So if you say something like amar, its participle form will be amado. Now, if you say something like beber or vivir, the participle form will be both, will be bebido and vivido, respectively, okay? And of course, you need to join this participle with the auxiliary form. Here we have some examples. Yo he amado, yo he comido. Tú has amado, tú has comido. Ella ha amado, ella ha comido. Nosotros hemos amado, nosotros hemos comido. Vosotros habéis amado, vosotros habéis comido. Ellas han amado, ellas han comido. Okay? That will be it. Okay? Here in this slide, I put a list of the most common irregular participles, okay? Once again, if you want to pause the video and just take some notes on the ones you're interested you're interested the most, that will be amazing, and that will be it for this topic. Then finally, I've also decided to include a set of useful phrases for you, okay, which are here. And let me tell you why I have included them all and why I have chosen particularly this, okay? First of all, you have una mesa para 4 personas, por favor. A table for 4 people, please. Of course, you can change the number of people. Una mesa para 3 personas, por favor. Una mesa para 7 personas, por favor. Okay? A table for X number of people, please. ¿Me podría traer la carta? ¿Me podría traer la carta? Could you bring me the menu? This is very useful if you're ever in a bar or in a pub or in a restaurant. It will be really, really useful. Me gustaría tomar una pizza. I love to order a pizza. And of course, you can change what you're ordering. You're not forced to order pizza every day. You can say something like, me gustaría tomar un helado. Me gustaría tomar pescado. Whatever you feel like eating, of course. Now, soy alérgico al huevo. I'm allergic to eggs. Okay, of course, if you have any allergy, you'll be able to state your allergy by saying this phrase. This is very important if you have an allergy. Okay, now, la cuenta, por favor. Check, please. Okay, then, no le he entendido. ¿Puede repetir? I haven't understood. Can you repeat it? Tenemos una reservación o una reserva. We have a reservation. ¿Dónde está la calle Serrano? Where is Serrano Street? Of course, you can change it for anything you need, actually. ¿Dónde está la Sagrada Familia, dónde está la Barceloneta, dónde está el metro, dónde está el aeropuerto. You can change it for whatever you're needing in that particular moment. Now, ¿cuánto cuesta un billete de metro? How much does a metro ticket cost? Of course, you can use whatever product you need. ¿Cuánto cuesta un helado? ¿Cuánto cuesta una noche en una habitación? ¿Cuánto cuesta un café? Or anything, basically. As long as you remember that cuánto cuesta means how much does this cost? That's okay. Also, you can say, ¿cuánto cuenta esto? And point the exact object you want to know the price, right? So it's very useful as well. Now, if you're not sure about, for example, picture the next situation. You are in a restaurant, you are, and you want to try something new, but you don't exactly know what you are about to ask for or what you're about to order. So you can say, ¿qué es un cocido? O ¿qué es una empanada? O ¿qué es un asado? All that, if you want to know more information, right? And finally, another one I think is very useful is es para llevar. Is for takeaway, okay? This is all for today's video. I hope you find it useful. I hope you can review everything we have learned so far. I hope you have learned, and I hope you can use all this knowledge you've been practicing during the last week or so in order to make your trip to Spain the best as good as possible. So that's all for today. I hope you have an excellent night and a good flight tomorrow. Nos vemos. Adiós.